Katie, great to get a chance to speak to you today. Preparations are in full swing, that is for sure. Are you excited for the next few weeks?
Yeah, incredibly excited. Looking forward to getting away to a bit of heat again in Valencia. We had some brilliant preparation there before Christmas. Got home in the early hours of Christmas Eve and had a couple of days with our family, but we were back down in Abbottstown here preparing. So we're in the best possible spot. We're excited, we're ready to go, and looking forward to getting on the plane now this weekend.
What does Christmas look like when you've got the Olympics in the back of your mind, qualification? I'm sure all of those things are swirling around. Can you enjoy Christmas at all?
Yeah, I think you just enjoy small moments with your family and your support network. They're very much a part of this journey. They have been over the last number of years, and I've no doubt a lot of them will be in Valencia cheering us on. So a couple of days with them, but very much focused on what lies ahead. And if we need to, we can celebrate Christmas again in February.
And tell me a little bit about the group at the minute. Really successful of late, but it's a mix of youth and experience in there, and got some players back as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We've a super blend. We've 9 of the girls that were at the last Olympic qualifiers, and the other half of the squad are a fresh, new, excited group, and we take a lot of energy from that group as well, and we share with them our experience. So I think we're going to really see that blend come into fruition when we're away at the qualifier.
And for you as captain, what is it like to be captain of this team?
It's just a huge honour and privilege. I mean, representing your country and pulling on the green shirt means so much. No matter what the occasion, it's such a privilege. And to wear the armband, I'm supported by such a fantastic group, especially within the smaller leadership group within the squad. And I'm just the one that gets to wear the armband. But I'm very much supported, and I'm very proud to carry out that role.
Yeah, you have a lot of experience in the role at this stage. What do you think makes a good captain, or what have you learned over the last few years?
I suppose I've learned a lot of things. I've learned that it's okay to make mistakes, and I just try to learn from each of them and not make the same one twice. And I suppose the biggest thing for me is to lead by example. I think in the past, like captains will say things, but it's also about what you do and how you carry yourself and what you do on and off the pitch. And that's something that I really try to stand by.
And how is balancing, I suppose, life and work and everything alongside representing Ireland as well?
Yeah, it brings with it its challenges, but we're in a far better place to have the semi-professional status that we do, where we come together on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then we work for the remainder of the week. And a lot of the girls have incredibly supportive employers that allow them to do that and appreciate that they're representing Ireland, and I think that's something fantastic, and it's a step forward hugely for women in sport in Ireland, and I think we need to see that across more and more sports, and even within our own group, with more and more players moving on from student status into their employment life.
Yeah, just on women in sport in Ireland, like you made your debut back in 2012, I'm going to say. Have you seen a massive growth? I'm sure you have, within women's sport as a whole across the country and within hockey here.
Yeah, it has been huge. I think there's been such massive steps gained, but I don't think we're quite there yet in terms of seeing it across the board. And I think the biggest thing is we need to see it in every sport, and we need to see it consistently. It can't just be the sport that's going well at a certain time. I mean, we had our time a few years back, but I think it's important that even off the back of the Women's World Cup last year, that we continue to see them being supported. And I know we do really well at supporting one another across our different sports, but it's important that we continue to see through media, through coverage, through supporters on the sideline, that women in sport is just a given now, and it needs to be seen 100% of the time, and not just in the exciting times.
Yeah. Do you think that hockey gets the recognition it deserves in Ireland?
I think we still have to fight to be successful, to make sure that we get the recognition, and that's part of what we're really pushing for at the minute. But I think we've made huge gains, like gains that I didn't know were possible during my career, but I'm very keen to continue to push that, so the legacy of hockey in Ireland is far beyond this past decade, and that the youth and the kids continue to want to represent Ireland and go to Olympic Games and World Cups.
And what would it mean to you to get to an Olympic Games and represent Ireland?
Yeah, I mean, we had the fantastic experience in Tokyo, but a big thing for us was that our support network weren't able to be there. There was no fans in the stands, and I think to be able to do that would be incredibly special. And then also just to turn the tables, that hockey in Ireland is going to Olympic Games, and that's the way it is definitely something that we really want for the future of hockey in Ireland.
And what has the last few years been like when you're constantly thinking of an Olympics? I'm sure everything in life sort of that you balance will always look to, okay, the Olympics is in this many months, this many years. You're constantly thinking about what has it been like over the last while preparing?
Yeah, I think it's such a privilege to have such a big goal and to be always geared towards achieving that, and to be part of a team that are very much focused on that as well. It's an incredible journey, and I think that's the special part, is no matter how the journey goes and how the journey ends, to be a part of it is so special. And I think what we've achieved even in the last 2 years with this group, and especially with 5 girls getting their first cap at the World Cup a couple of years ago, and the position that we're in now, it's just so special. High performance sport, international sport, it's so incredible, and I would encourage anyone that's in a position to do it, because the things that I've gained and learnt and the friendships that I've made are just so special to me. And yeah, it's just exciting.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your own journey starting out, like growing up in Derry, and it wasn't hockey that was your first sport?
No, yeah, camogie was my first love, and it still is a big love for me. I kind of dabble my toes in every so often, but yeah, listen, hockey presented an opportunity for me, and it's one that I am very proud. I'm proud of my roots, and I'm proud of how I managed to push on and get to the level that I have, because it's not very common where I'm from. But it's been a huge part of it has been my family and the way they've pushed me, and my parents especially, in supporting me to be able to be a part of this, and still to this day they are my number one fans. So yeah, it's been so special, and I'm just so lucky to have had that support network.
And when you say it wasn't as common, I suppose there's not as many teams then up there. Was it that there was an influence with maybe family or teachers, or how did you end up getting into hockey?
Yeah, for me, I suppose I was playing both camogie and hockey side by side, and my PE teacher in school was playing with the Irish women's hockey team, Bridget McKeever, and she was vice captain at the time. And I remember through school hearing of her being away for 2 weeks on end, going to South Africa or going to Australia, and I thought that was pretty cool
nice.
to go away with sport. But I suppose that's the big difference now. My role model came through the fact that she was my teacher in school, but now with the progress of women in sport, hopefully the kids have role models that they see on the television and that they can come and watch on the sidelines, which not all of us had growing up. So I think that's a big marker of where things have gotten to as well.
Brilliant. And what does today look like? You're going to get out on the pitch here and train?
Yeah, we had a double session yesterday. We have a session now this morning, and then we're in the gym this afternoon. So it's just the final pieces, just getting us feeling good, getting our touch in, and continuing to enjoy the build up and the preparation, because that's as much a part of the journey as any of it, and you can't let it pass you by. You have to enjoy every moment you're on the pitch together.